The Democrats are trying to find their footing, and it's quite embarrassing, actually. I mean, Gavin Newsom, have you seen what he's doing online?
We got a lot of problems in media, the mainstream media landscape, the corporate media landscape. You got a lot of people out there who are so interested, so invested in protecting their position of influence, of the money that they make, of keeping their show and not being molested by Donald Trump. It's weakness, because when you have power and you have privilege, like Morning Joe, we're talking about Morning Joe, obviously, from the headline or the title and the thumbnail. But when you have a position of power and influence and reach, like a guy like Morning Joe, vastly more well-known than me, vastly more reach than me, vastly more credibility than me, former member of the House of Representatives of these United States, a Republican congressman from Florida at the time. The guy has been in all of the different facets of power in the United States, and he's still, he understands the political nature of what is taking place right now in this country, and he's still bending the knee to Donald Trump, giving Donald Trump the morale boost that he so desperately needs right now, whining about Democrats and how they are countering Donald Trump as embarrassing. These Democrats, it's embarrassing what they're doing. It's embarrassing what Gavin Newsom is doing, getting under Donald Trump's skin and pressing him and imitating him on Twitter. There's efficacy in that. For one, it rallies the base. It creates excitement and energy that, oh man, holy shit, we can actually get something done here. We can have some wins. Finally, we can have some wins. That's too much for Morning Joe. Before, though, I want to start with the latest from the Gavin Newsom press office, which, by the way, look, I'm done bitching about Gavin Newsom. I've said enough about Gavin Newsom. Today will be hopefully the last time that I complain about him inviting Steve Bannon, the anti-democratic Nazi onto his podcast. Maybe hopefully today will be the last time that you hear me bitch and complain about him inviting Charlie Kirk, the anti-Semitic, anti-democracy, anti-constitution ghoul, onto his show to regale Charlie Kirk with what a big fan that Gavin Newsom's son is of him. Hopefully today will be the last day, because look, it's time to rally. We got to get behind those who are doing the good work. And Gavin Newsom, for all of his faults, is doing good work, up to and including hiring whatever staff members he has, writing these tweets and answering Republican nonsense by imitating Donald Trump. This is on Twitter. Wow, all caps, by the way, just beautiful. I'll read it like it would be a Trump tweet. Wow, Fox News can't stop talking about me, parenthetically, Gavin C. Newsom, America's favorite governor. Tonight, their entire primetime lineup was about me. Jesse Waters kept calling me daddy. Very weird, not interested, but thank you. Sean Hannity, very nice guy, nearly cried because I won't take his advice. Sorry, Sean. Then they dragged out the B team of dum-dums, Meatball Ron, Tommy, Toilet Laren, and Teddy. I haven't even read the whole thing. I'm going to be talking about Tommy Lahren next, so in the next video, it's going to be a good one. Then they dragged out the B team of dum-dums, Meatball Ron, Tommy Toilet Lahren, and Teddy Cancun Cruz. He even flew back special from Mexico. All whining about me, GCN. They had to play the music to shut Ted up about my beautiful hair. I get it. So jealous. Total disaster. MAGA hates me because they hate you. They hate that California is the fourth biggest economy in the world, which is true, by the way, bigger than most nations. They hate that crime is down, that we're number one in farming. I love the farmers, manufacturing, tourism, and tech, all while we give affordable health care, free school, meals, make America pregnant again, and paid baby leave for moms they should not return anyways. $20 minimum wage and so much more for the people. They hate that Democrats are winning Fox News and MAGA have Newsom derangement syndrome. They should cry harder, said, signed GCN. Well, what's his middle name? Somebody write it in the comments so I don't have to look it up. GCN, Gavin, whatever his middle name is, Newsom. Now, this is smart. This is certainly, I laughed out loud. I was unexpecting the Tammy Laren. But it also works. It works on multiple fronts. It works to fire up Republicans, to distract them from all of the damage that they're doing. It works certainly to fire up the base, to motivate people, to give people hope, to give people the energy to get out there in the streets and fight as well. All good, right? Not Morning Joe. He doesn't think so. Morning Joe thinks it's embarrassing what Gavin Newsom is doing here. Apparently, when a Democrat wins, when a Democrat is winning, when a Democrat shows other Democrats how to win, that's embarrassing to dipshit Morning Joe. But before we get to that, here is his colleague on the same day, Nicole Wallace, as my voice cracks here, on the same day, Nicole Wallace, she's going to give a little bit of a brief, a little bit of an explainer of what's going on. But obviously her tone is that it's a positive thing as she describes it. So they need to get their ducks in a row over there on MSNBC. Here's Nicole Wallace. Then we'll get to the embarrassing bootlicker, just a fraud of a human being, Morning Joe.
Gavin Newsom is fighting for a different kind of power in today's political landscape. Attention. Newsom's press office for the past week and a half has been flooding the zone by flooding social media posts with posts that mimic Donald Trump's style and doing what no Democrat has tried for the last 9 years in dealing with Donald Trump, beating Donald Trump at his own game. Since Donald Trump posted a fake Time magazine cover of himself as king, Gavin Newsom's team did the same thing. In one post, Gavin Newsom calls MAGA Republicans, quote, snowflakes in all caps. In another, he says this, quote, Donald is finished. He is no longer hot. First the hands, so tiny, and now me. Gavin C. Newsom have taken away his step. Many are saying he can't even do the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. Uses the little baby stairs now. Sad. Referring to a picture of Donald Trump alongside Vladimir Putin, he just wrote, vaxxed, and Newsom has already captured the visual style of the quintessential Trump post. There's the retweet of buff Gavin Newsom holding an American flag, or maybe the real winner, a portrait of himself surrounded by Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson, and Hulk Hogan. Newsom's social media campaign is clearly getting under the skin of many on the right.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
This is a sitting governor. You know, those are Congress people. And it feels like we're watching a summer camp skit. We're watching slam poetry. We're watching these attention seekers that are just so wrapped up in clickbait, and they are supposed to be governing.
Hypocrisy is dying a sad and tragic death right now. Say the anchors from the network that paid $800 million for their lies.
All that good. None of that bad. None of that sad. None of it. All of it's good. But not if you listen to Morning Joe. Joe Scarborough, the former Republican. Look, and I'm not shitting on somebody for being a former Republican. I grew up Republican Party. I was a Republican into my early adulthood. So people can change. People can see the errors of their ways and the writing on the wall, so to speak. They can see that Republican policy, all of the promises that have been made, all the claims that have been made about fiscal responsibility, about equality, the things that I was taught as a kid, everybody's made equal, the words that are enshrined in both the Declaration and many of the amendments of the Constitution, they rang true for me. And that's why I'm no longer a Republican. You know, the old saying that the Republican Party left me, I didn't leave the Republican Party. I don't think that's true. I left the Republican Party because they're a bunch of fucking liars. They're a bunch of hypocrites. They're out for the interest of the uber wealthy in this country and corporations, not for the working class, not for black and brown folks, not for the traditionally and historically oppressed and abused and murdered. They're not. And I went off on a little tangent there, but here is coward Morning Joe talking about how embarrassing it is that Democrats are finally starting to fight.
And Willie, you can see the Democrats are trying to find their footing, and it's quite embarrassing, actually. I mean, Gavin Newsom, I mean, have you seen what he's doing online? And say, just take a deep breath. Yeah. Don't try to turn the ship 180 degrees and they don't know what to do. I have a good idea. Instead of trying to school Donald Trump, talk into the camera about affordability. Talk about making groceries more affordable. Talk about what you're going to do for housing. Talk about what you're going to do for energy prices that continue to go up. We heard the congressman yesterday talk about energy prices skyrocketing in New Jersey. Don't try, as I've been saying, Donald Trump's not on the ballot in 26. He's not on the ballot in 28. Why try to drag Muhammad Ali in the ring when you got Chuck Wepner standing right in front of you? And Wepner's a bleeder. He's a bleeder. You want him. So why are you going, I'm going after Donald? No, you're not. You're not running against Donald Trump. Go after Tweedledee or Tweedledum.
He's referring to Donald Trump as Muhammad Ali. That's how, those are the depths to which Joe Scarborough has sunk. That he's giving Donald Trump the psychic boost. That, sir, tears in my eyes, you're just like heavyweight champion and legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. How does this mutt still have a job? How does this... Look, this is why I'm not invited on shows. This is why CNN's not having me on with Abby Phillip at night. They're better off with other people from YouTube and political commentators in this space, than me, because I'm constantly calling it like it is relative to Jake Tapper. The MSNBC, until they fire this clown, I'll try to keep it a little bit decent here. As soon as they fire this guy, maybe I'll get a little bit of an invite. But until then, you know what? I'm happy here. I'm happy here with you. I appreciate your participation. Let's talk about this in the comments. If somebody is a booker on MSNBC, I'll certainly come on. But I'm always going to be this guy. So buyer beware. Anyway, what do you think? Comment below this video wherever you're watching it. You can call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. If you do appreciate what I do, if you're still here, obviously, you either really hate me or you really appreciate me. Go follow the new Facebook page, the Dollemore Daily Facebook page. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers over there. As rapidly as we can. We're trying to get this content natively shared there to spread the word. Moving into the midterms, it's more important than ever for independent media to amplify our voice, and you can help there. I would appreciate it very much. You can also help support this work on Patreon, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast, or give right on YouTube, become a channel member, click the join button below the video. I love and appreciate you very much. This was a fun one. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.